I just want to let you know these guys are going to be huge. I'm talking major label huge. These guys are going to be big. You're going to love them.
Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of the podcast. Thanks for taking a chance and listening to yet another new podcast. We say hi to everyone, but it's probably just our family and friends for now, and that's okay. We are two sisters and one brother, and we are going to listen to the interests of one another. My name is Emma, and I'm the eldest.
My name is Mackenzie, and I'm second oldest.
And I'm Carson, and I'm the baby.
And today, we are going to start with a little intro about who we are, what our likes and dislikes are, and also what we've been listening to this week. We are all very different in our likes and our dislikes, which is kind of what makes this format fun. And we'll start there.
Cool.
Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
I can start.
Okay.
A couple things about me. I love to crochet and listen to heavy metal music, and I enjoy true crime documentaries, forensic psychology, and psychology in general. I have a bachelor's in psychology that I can't do much with, but I have that out of interest's sake. And this week I've been listening to the new Stick to Your Guns album that came out, must have been the past month because we're only in January.
Is that a band?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
I was going to ask that too. Name of the album or band?
Band, Stick to Your Guns. I think the album, it's something about flowers, and it's like this little girl watering a flower with like a gas mask on. It's pretty cool. Anyway, and then I've also been listening to Poppy's album, her album that came out last year, and it's just, it's superb. So that's what I've been listening to, along with a lot of the podcast, oh God, what's it called? Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet, because I've needed some comedy in my life. So I've been listening to that a lot.
I was going to say I heard of that, but I think you talked about it, so.
Literally, I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
That was the reference for a lot of what we were doing and how we were planning our podcast.
Christine Zandy, if you're listening, I love you so much.
Yeah.
Just please, I love you so much.
I was like, oh, I know that one. Let me talk about it. And then I was like, oh, wow, I know nothing about it, but.
I know him.
Yeah. All right. Do you
Go
want to?
ahead, Carson.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Ooh, well, my name is Carson. I enjoy golfing and going to the gym and basically anything outdoors.
In the gym.
Yeah. I don't know.
What have
What have I been listening to?
Yeah.
I was gonna go there. So I actually made a fire playlist of like old songs, kind of like from our childhood, I guess. So I've been listening to Death Cab for Cutie a lot,
Nice.
and Silver Sun Pickups, and that's about it. Those two have kind of been on repeat for me. So it's been nice and just I don't know, kind of take me back to the past.
Which Silver Sun Pickups album?
Good question. I
You
only
can
know the
explain
picture.
explain the cover art.
The one, it's like brown and it has white
Like
leaves on it, I think.
Swoon?
I could definitely actually look it up right now. It has Lazy Eye on it.
Well Thought Out Twinkles.
Nope. Carnivals.
Oh.
This one.
Which one's Well Thought Out Twinkles? Oh, that's a song.
Can I see the cover?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. You got it. It's on that
okay.
album. Wait. Yeah. That one and then one of their newer ones. Like
Nice.
2015. I don't know.
Good vintage.
That's what I've been listening to. Yeah.
Nice. My turn?
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay. Well, my name is Mackenzie. As we said, I'm second oldest.
Hi, Mackenzie.
Hi.
Welcome to my group. Oh gosh, my interests are going to the gym, making TikTok videos, teaching. I teach first grade and anything to do with plants and stuff like that. I also love cooking and baking. I have a lot of different hobbies, which is why I'm kind of a busybody, but that's perfect.
Very
Love
good.
it. This week I've been listening to the same things that I listen to every single week, which is SZA's album.
Oh yeah.
Which, you know, the original version of it came out in 2022 or 2023, I believe, in December, and I listened to it on repeat that whole entire year. And
Can
then
confirm.
the deluxe album came out last year, and I've been listening to that on repeat. So that is what I listen to. At the gym, I listen to Lotto. Love Lotto. And then, do you guys know Lotto?
I'm not familiar.
She's like a rapper, hip hop. Love
I
her.
love that.
Love her. She like gets me through my workouts in the morning. SZA and Lotto and a little bit of Kendrick's new album because we're going to see them in May, so I have to study up.
That's right.
So,
That's
yeah.
very cool.
Hell yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, he's gonna be at the Super Bowl too.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
did not know that.
he's the
Is
halftime
SZA
show.
gonna be there? I
don't
mean, they have
know.
songs together.
I'm not supposed to
Imagine.
talk about it, but
It's a theory.
You know, yeah, I mean, maybe.
need to know, baby.
They
never
told
know.
you not to.
They told me not to. I can't. You know.
Well, I'll be watching, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Apparently.
we'll have to see.
Wasn't planning
I'll
on
let
it.
you know. You
Okay.
weren't. You weren't gonna watch. We were talking about
I
that
didn't even know the Super
last
Bowl
night.
is happening soon.
Every year. Yeah.
I
This is
wouldn't have known the time, I guess, either.
February
Like
9th.
first weekend, yeah.
Yep.
I know
It's gonna be
because we
awesome.
have a 3-day weekend, and I was like, oh, it's Super Bowl weekend.
Oh,
'cause
like the 7th?
Yeah, the 7th.
Put it on the
we're off, so-
calendar.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, is that a PLC day?
Yeah, but we can like say that we were
Oh.
doing stuff for it, so we don't have to go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Very
You're
nice.
good.
Yeah, so that's exciting. 3-day
Yeah.
weekend coming up and the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That'll be
Yeah.
nice.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very
should
cool.
we get into it?
Let's do it.
Get into it, yeah. Yes, go for it.
Yeah.
What's your topic
Oh,
for
I
the
Wanna
week?
start
forgot
us
I'm
off?
starting. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
I was
yeah.
like
So
waiting
should
for
we-
you. I'm sorry.
Should we talk about a little bit of the
Yeah,
what
the
we were
background
thinking?
and format.
Yeah, of the podcast. Let's wait for your fridge. There we go.
Yeah. Introduce it, Carson.
So, okay, jeez. So we're kind of thinking with this podcast to all come with separate ideas of whatever we're interested in, talk a little bit about it, and then have a little group discussion about what we think, and kind of go from there. We're playing around with an idea of having a loser of the week, so to say, and
The disappointment.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
family
yeah.
disappointment of the week.
yes, the family disappointment of the week, exactly. So that will just kind of be determined by the strength of the topic of that week. So yeah, I don't know, kind of encourages us all to bring our A game. But this is the first week, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we're not going to be crowning a loser for this week, right? Or are
I
we?
don't think so.
I thought
We can.
I don't know.
Oh, we can't. Let's.
Oh, yeah,
For
we
next
are.
week, right? You know, obviously we can't have one now.
That's true. Yeah.
We could send it
So
to
we
an
won't
unbiased
have one today, but
source.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yes, our unbiased source is
Yeah.
going to decide. Okay, yes.
Perfect.
Yes, we will have one this week.
Yeah.
And I should have come with more.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I
I'm
could
not.
very well be the disappointment this
I could.
week.
I don't know.
Any of us could. Or maybe it'll be a really hard decision.
might.
Like
It
my
might be.
topic is so interesting to me, but I don't know if you guys care about it.
Well, that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
So.
I was looking up my topic and I was like, okay, like trying to get
How do
myself
I
into
make
it.
this?
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know. Just give me the crown, man. I don't know, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. But yeah, with no pressure, take it
Yeah.
away.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
So I don't really know your guys' format of how you're writing your
Whatever you want.
topics, but I kind of want to introduce it with like a question and a little bit of like
I love that.
That's how I'm doing mine. Actually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I want to hear your guys' input before I kind of go into what I'm thinking here. But my topic is pretty much like what and why influencers push morning routines. We forgot to introduce
Oh,
her.
it's the
Oh.
podcast dog.
She's
She's
our
trying to get us-
podcast lady.
She's like, hey, notice me.
Yeah, she forgot. She needs her time to shine. This is Winnie. She's 7 years old. She's a
49.
yeah.
Quick
Sorry.
maths.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She's a Maltese mix, so we were told, but we really don't know what exactly she is. Throughout the podcast, she is going to make her appearance known by growling when her toy is not thrown and barking when she's waiting for her toy to be thrown. Or today, she might just be a very willing participant to sit by and relax. So
She might start snoring.
yeah, she probably will.
Yeah.
She has really bad allergies, so we never know what noises are going to come out of her.
Sweet baby.
Yeah, but she's such a good girl with a big belly. Okay, so like I said, my topic is all about morning routines. Influencers on TikTok famously post their morning routines, and there's so many girls who have gotten like TikTok famous because of their morning routines. That's the thing that they post consistently, and their viewers like are super engaged in. And I'm a beginning TikToker, and that's what I just started focusing on. But I started focusing on it because I realized that's what I like to watch. Okay, so then I wanted to throw a question at you guys and have you guys talk about your morning routines, because I kind of have a theory that everybody has more of a morning routine than they realize, and everybody tends to do very similar things in the morning. So I want to hear your guys's both on the weekday and the weekend. Whoever wants to go first.
You want to go first?
I sure can. That is a tough one for me. I don't know, because I kind of, my days are very different every day, I feel like. So like Sundays I start with the gym, and then Sundays I don't go until like noon.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of depends with that, but I mean, mine's pretty boring. I just wake up, I drink a lot of water normally because I'm like dying of thirst, and then shower and brush and get ready for the day, whatever. I mean, like, that's pretty much
Your
it.
hair?
Brush my teeth, comb my hair. That's about it. Take my
Nice.
allergy pill.
Okay. Do you have a specific wake up time?
No, I don't. It depends
Okay.
on what time I went to bed. With working late some nights, it changes, but I mean, I usually go to bed by like 9:30 or 10.
Okay. Do you
and then
set
get
an
up
alarm?
at like, I do.
Okay.
I get up at about like 6. Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, then I do whatever I need to do. With starting school very soon, I will have a very regimented schedule.
Nice.
But
Schedule.
yeah, I mean, other than that, it's just wake up and shower, get ready for the day. I don't drink coffee or anything. We were just talking about that, so it's just
Yeah.
water.
Do you have breakfast every day? Is that essential for
Oh,
you?
I do. Yeah. Well, actually, it depends on my goals. If I'm trying to lose weight, then I don't eat until like 1 usually in the afternoon.
Whoa.
But
I think I'd pass out.
Yeah.
But right now I'm trying to gain weight, so yeah, I just had some pita bread with peanut butter
Oh, yeah.
and a protein shake and a banana right here. So yeah,
Nice.
that's about it for me.
That makes me sad that you have to take allergy medicine every day, that it's like, and it's a part of your morning routine.
Yeah, well, I
Poor
didn't
Cars.
take it. I heard this one doctor say that you shouldn't do it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna look into that. In the meantime, I'm gonna stop taking it. And yeah, that was a bad move. But we're back now. We're feeling good.
So wait, what did your research determine? Because I also take allergy meds every day.
I
You
got too
do?
lazy. I didn't look it up, and I just went back to it because I'm like, I haven't had any issues so far.
Well, your allergies are so bad
Good.
that the opposite is worse than whatever like long-term effect it could have.
It's
Yeah.
true. I just get stuffy and congested, and I feel like as I've gotten older, that has been an issue. So
Yeah.
I just take it year round, and then I never notice when I have allergies. So
That's
it's been
good.
working for me. But my
Really good.
yeah, my morning routine is super similar. I go to bed looking ugly so I can wake up pretty.
Love it.
I wear I wear my hair in like sock curls every night. As you guys know, I talk about it all the time. It's probably annoying, but I do that so that I can sleep as long as I can because I'm a terrible sleeper and I wake up a lot. And so any chance I can get to sleep, I do. If Chris, my husband, is working nights, he comes home in the morning and he gets me a coffee so I can sleep in even more. It's really sweet. He goes at like 6 in the morning and puts it in the fridge for me, so that's really nice. But when he doesn't, I wake up at like 6 and if he is working nights, I like pop in my AirPods and put on a podcast and make it like a whole thing. So it's nice, and I have a very strict routine. I brush my teeth at a certain time because I read somewhere that you're not supposed to drink or eat anything like 30 minutes after you brush your teeth. And so
it says that on the back of toothpaste.
No shit. Okay.
Wow.
Well, it has on one that I've read before.
Okay, well, then that dentist was correct on TikTok or wherever I saw that. So I do that. Oh, but before I brush my teeth, I drink a crap ton of water too, just because
good.
I always think about health class where my teacher said it's like a shower for your organs. So I think about that every time. I know.
I hate that.
These weird little obsessions that I have.
That's good.
It's like I drink a ton of water also because I just love water and I drink it all day. I mean, I have like my Stanley and I drink about like 2 or 3 of these a day.
That's good.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I drink a lot of water, and so that's why I'm always going to the bathroom, which is
Same.
also, super fun.
Yep.
But no, so then I wash my face after I brush my teeth, and then I put my clothes on, take my hair out because I don't want to mess up the curls by putting my clothes on after. And then I grab like my AirPods and my crochet because I crochet on my breaks at work. And I go downstairs and I get something to eat. I always have something. It's not always the best. It'll be like a pastry sometimes. So
Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
no, not Pop-Tarts. I don't have those, but I do love
Like
the
those
Pop-Tart.
little like fritter things that you guys had
Yes.
last week.
Fig bar?
The cream cheese and strawberry like pastries
Oh,
that
yeah.
you get at Safeway, because I just every now and then when I'm bored after getting coffee before work, I will go to Safeway and just grab something fun to eat.
Oh, I
and
love
it's like a
that.
little treat for me because
Yeah.
it's 7 in the morning and nobody else is out. So I do that. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Where was I? I go downstairs. Oh, it depends on when Jasper wakes up too. Jasper is my dog and also the love of my life, aside from my husband. And he is like a baby, and when he needs to go potty, he needs to go that minute. And so once he wakes up, it's go time. So I either take him out, get his food, or if he's still sleeping, because sometimes he gets back under the covers and is like, no, Mom, I'm not waking up. And so sometimes he does that, and then I have to wake him up. And then we go downstairs, get his breakfast, go to the bathroom, and then I do that for Leo too, which is my cat. But he doesn't go outside. I just fill up his bowl because he loves his food. So, and then I go get coffee, and then I go to work, and that's my morning routine. On the weekends, it's way more lax. I wake up and I do my cellar water on my face, put some moisturizer on, call it a day.
Perfect.
Wow.
I'm really
Yeah.
outing myself here. I do not brush my teeth in the mornings on the weekends. I know it's gross, but I forget about it because I drink my coffee. And then I'm like, I don't want to, I have to wait 30 minutes. I don't want to wait 30 minutes, so
Yeah.
haven't brushed my teeth
I gotcha.
today.
Yeah, that's okay. What is your morning routine?
Well, mine's very extensive, and
You can see it on TikTok, actually.
the
Yeah.
reason that I started making those videos is because it's very extensive, and I didn't make it extensive for the videos. It was like that originally. I'm a very time-aware person and very anxious about the time. I always have been. And I get to work at exactly 7 o'clock or maybe a couple minutes before, so I do a million things before then. And it turns out that my...
I'm sorry, I just want to sniff in my mic.
That's good.
I can edit it.
I like the full
The
body,
power of
like,
technology.
turn away.
Make it easy. Okay.
I'm sure I've sniffed a million times.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I've been like,
Yeah.
like into the mic. It's fine.
It's hard not to.
Yeah,
I've been quiet as a freaking mouse, okay? So,
You've been
anyway.
doing really good.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, my routine is pretty much the same on the weekends now. It just happens at like a little bit of a different time and it's a little bit more lax, but I wake up at 4:40 on the weekdays. And the biggest part of this is that I get out of bed right away. I do not, my alarm never sees snooze.
Crucial.
Oh, same.
Yeah,
No.
which is good. I feel like that's very normal for a lot of people to snooze, but I'm not a snoozer. And it's partly because I'm not the only one in the room. I don't want to wake Anthony up with like
very
having to
considerate
set my alarm again. So I wake up at 4:40. I like tiptoe sneak out of the room, and then I go. And I have Winnie like snorting behind me when I'm trying to get her out. Sometimes she gets lost in the dark too, and she like can't see, and I'm like trying to get her out.
Follow my voice.
Yeah, you turn your flashlight on your phone or something.
It's too bright. I'll wake Anthony up. So
You can put an eye mask on.
it's too much.
Oh my god.
But I'm very considerate.
You are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then I like go brush my teeth, I change, I come down here, start my little like energy drink, whatever energy drink I have that morning, let Winnie out, feed Winnie, go upstairs and like make sure that my hair looks all right, get my gym bag and go to the gym. And like even at the gym, it's like everything's very rigid. I do strength training for 20 minutes and then I walk on the treadmill for the other 20 minutes. And then by 5:40, I'm going in the shower at the gym. I'm out of there at 5:50. I come back at 6. Like everything's
Jesus.
very structured, but it works. And that's like what I like. And if I get thrown off, then it's like my whole day is thrown off. But I just thought it was interesting to talk about this because it's such a like popular thing. And I kind of wanted to look into why. So I typed it into ChatGPT and also did my own research a little bit and figured out like why people are so into morning routines. So I have a couple things I need to pull up.
For sure.
Well, humans like routine. I mean, that's like...
Oh yeah, and that's like, I mean, kind of the reason for everything is that routines just feel good. Okay, let's see. So there were 6 big reasons that I got from my research about why people have morning routines. And first, or I guess it's kind of like catered to like influencers and why influencers are getting popular for morning routines. First, it's because morning routines are relatable. Like we just talked about, everyone pretty much does the same exact thing to some extent. Like you wake up, you brush your teeth. Well, some of us.
Only on the weekends, okay? But I make up for it at night. I floss and I mouthwash and
I love that. We're not here to judge. We're here to
no,
listen.
it's fine.
Thank you. I forgot to add also, before I brush my teeth, when I'm drinking all my water, I also take my morning like medication and stuff and like my
good.
supplements.
That's
Yes.
good. See, that's
My
something.
collagen.
Oh, I need to add that to my morning routine because I leave my water bottle in the bedroom a lot of the time because I take my nighttime vitamins and then I just leave my Stanley in there and I'm not trying to like carry a bunch of things while I'm sneaking out of the room. So I leave her and I drink my
yeah, 'cause
energy drink right in the morning, which is not good.
Lady!
I know, it's not good.
Before water.
Yeah. Yeah, so not very influencer of me.
Yeah.
I always have my Stanley with me and I take it with me everywhere that I go.
That's good.
Or my Yeti too. I'm not partial to just Stanley. So yes.
She is cuter than others, though.
She cute.
I think.
She'd be cute. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Oh, I just sniffed. Oops.
It's okay. We
Okay.
have technology.
Yeah. So that was reason number 1. Morning routines are relatable. Number 2, influencers promote like motivation that way, and they say like that your morning routine sets the tone for your day, which in another fact is actually backed by science that like, you know, if there's like a lot of reasons that it plays into mental and physical health benefits. The third reason that a lot of influencers, you know, talk about morning routines and film their morning routines is that it's aspirational, and that it's like a good opportunity to make everything kind of aesthetic because the morning natural light is like super nice and it kind of gives light to everything that's like pretty in your house. So it's a really good way for people to like gain followers because people just like aesthetic things.
True.
Yeah.
Number 4, it promotes wellness. A lot of those girlies start out with meditation and journaling, which
Wow.
I don't do that.
I could
That's
never.
not, I don't ever really want to add that to my morning routine. There's already enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then next is just like science says that eating healthy and working out in the mornings and practicing gratitude can have really big mental and physical benefits. So the fact that people are popularizing those things is, you know, trying to support the science that it's beneficial.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And then lastly, it's customizable. Like, it's cool to see how people's morning routines differ, and that's why people like to watch that kind of thing. So
Totally.
I just thought it was interesting that there's like so many reasons that people are doing morning routines, and it's not just like, I mean, it's popular, of course, but it's also like there's more behind it than that.
Yeah. Very true.
Sorry. I always feel like that's how my whole TikTok looked like when I first had TikTok in like 2020. It was like all the morning routines and like people, and nighttime routines too. All the like the get ready and unready with me. But it also it inspires me. It makes me want to, you know, take care of myself too. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, I think I do like it. It's similar, I think, to people posting their like workouts and stuff. Like,
Totally.
I don't know, but even more relatable because like we don't all go to the gym for the same things. We don't all go to the gym, but we all do wake up.
Me.
You
Yeah.
know? We
Yeah,
all do have
exactly.
a routine.
We
So,
all wake up in the morning,
yeah.
whether we want to or not.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it, and I don't know. Some of them, you know, like Mark Wahlberg, like his like 3
That was one of the
a.m.
things that came up.
Getting up like
Yeah.
that, he can't do that. He's shooting movies. He's not getting up at 3 a.m. every day.
So you think it's fake?
Oh,
I don't know.
hot take.
I don't know.
Yeah. Or staged. Maybe not
Maybe
fake,
staged.
but staged.
Or maybe it's like I have done this and I like to do it when I can,
In my
but
off
it's not
time.
always feasible.
Right.
Like
Then it's
I
not even a
think-
morning routine. It's like a middle of
Yeah.
the night routine.
I don't
That
know.
is- yeah.
With everything online, I think there's
The
positives. What?
The witching hour routine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for real. That would be cool.
I think there's positive and negatives because some of them are like simple and it's like, okay, I could do that. And then some of them are like, oh dude, like I want to do more in the morning, start my day off right, but then it's like, oh, I can't even do that, so I'm not even going to try. You know, like that
Yeah.
that was poorly explained, but like I don't
No,
know, I
it's
think it can
true.
seem daunting for some people to
Totally.
do that, but I like it. Overall I think it's good, and everyone's different, so it's good to see
Yeah.
the varieties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun to see like big influencers and how like aesthetic their morning routines are with all their
Yeah.
fancy things. And then it's fun to see normal people too who just do things the same way as you. And everybody says on TikTok that the like little small influencers are getting more popularity right now because it's normalizing like normal life, which I still like to watch the rich girls.
The romanticized.
Yeah, I still like that better, but I do like to see everybody's morning routine. So, and if
Yeah.
I did do some research on people's like the most intense morning routines, and there's a lot that ChatGPT pulled up for me. Like
Really?
Miranda Kerr does like crystal filled, you know, like
Huh?
well, hers is like, it's like the supermodel morning routine. And she starts out with like meditation and drinking lemon water and doing all this like crystal infused product skincare and stuff.
Wow.
And then there's some that are like,
Me using elf products.
yeah, most of it's like, it's very wellness themed. Like people do like cold plunges. This one has like a breathing exercise, like meditation, a whole body brushing session. Which
I
I'm
mean,
like,
if you're a Victoria's Secret model,
right.
like,
Maybe your
Wait,
priorities are
Victoria's Secret
different.
model?
This
Or
is
just
for
a
a
model?
different person.
I don't
This
even know
girl
who
is a
that is.
supermodel too.
Miranda Kerr.
Yeah.
3
She's
liters of filtered
stunning.
water.
At first, I saw Miranda Cosgrove in my head when you
Oh
said
my
that.
gosh. Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool.
A lot
cool.
of these people
I
are
do cuss a little.
supermodels.
Yeah. What?
Have you not seen that interview with her?
No.
Where she goes, well, I do cuss a little. And then they go, what's your favorite word? She goes, probably fuck.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
No, I've not seen that.
That does not
It's
seem
so
in character
funny.
for her.
Yeah.
What? Oh my gosh, you guys need to see
No,
it.
I think I've seen it, but I just like it's so cringe because it seems so
It's
out
so
of place.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good.
Continue.
That's pretty much
Excuse
We
me.
need to get her a mic.
yeah, that's pretty much all I have is just like there's some pretty overdone morning routines that kind of extend well into afternoon, but
Can you imagine?
like it's actually their whole daytime
Yeah,
routine.
here's my
but-
day.
Yeah. But you know, the moral of the story is some people love their morning routines, some people don't need them, but overall it's just kind of a cool way to see like, you know, how people differ and how they spend their mornings.
True.
So,
Very
you know,
true.
I don't really have a call to action, just that's my take on
Just
it all.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do a morning routine. Gosh darn
Get
it.
up and Shia LaBeouf
Just wake
it.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Next.
Okay, well, I guess that's me. I will be reading from my phone.
Cool. I'll be reading from my computer when it's my time.
Okay, cool. I don't know. I like having paper in front of me, which is why I wrote it on paper and then I forgot it. So, my topic is something that I think most people don't think about or don't even, they just don't think about it. But I did bring it up last night and to some people, and
We're
they-
like last night.
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't see you
not
last
to you
night.
guys, but to other people, and they already kind of said things that I had on here, and it made me feel a little bad about it. But that's fine.
Was it the
I'm
people
over
you, the people you live with?
Yeah, it is the people I live with. Yeah, our parents, yes. But and they brought up stuff about it, and I was like, I need to get out of here before you crush my optimism about this topic. But
Well,
just-
Emma and I don't have a great wealth of knowledge on a lot of
that's perfect.
things like this, so you can impress us.
You might. I
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying, health and wellness always comes as like I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Well, hopefully I get one or two of those reactions from you guys. So I want to open with a question.
Love it.
Think about your day and how many artificially scented things you come into contact with. And you can say them out loud.
Well, okay. So I use a lot of fragrance-free products in my routine because my skin is so sensitive. Just thinking about that alone, because scents can be very irritating to your skin, so I can only imagine, like,
Yeah. I'd say the general public.
the general public.
Like in general, what are things that people use daily that might have
Not
Like
specifically
fragrances? in
Oh,
them?
okay,
Yeah.
like lotion, candles.
There you go. Yeah.
Or the wallflower plugs that I was talking about.
body wash.
When were you talking about those?
I don't know. Kiki and I were talking about it.
Okay.
I don't know if you were here yet. Also, we call Mackenzie Kiki, so just so you know. Yeah, just had to throw that out there.
Sorry. Yeah,
You guys could stop
tried
doing
not
that.
to say-
No,
yeah,
I'm just
sorry.
kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine.
It wasn't our decision, okay? Someone really wanted to name you Kiki D
Yeah.
when you were born, and that just stuck.
she was born this way.
I'm not ashamed of it.
Literally. So, anyway, but we were talking about it. You may not have been here yet, Cars, but I was just talking about how I think your candle, like you talked about your candle, and I was like, oh, it smells nice, and was like, oh, that's probably not good for me to smell, and
Yeah.
then the wallflowers came up, and I said, as I just changed my wallflower plugs,
I
'cause-
got you. Yeah.
Anyway, that was
Yeah.
the tangent.
Mom
So-
came in last week and said that my house smelled magical, and which is a wonderful compliment.
That is. Yeah.
But the reason is
Narnia.
because I've got a Scentsy, a candle, multiple wallflowers, like lots of scent things.
Okay.
So
Well, perfect.
Toxic fumes.
So you guys listed a lot. So I had perfume and cologne,
oh, that
soap
too.
and shampoo, dryer sheets, laundry
Ooh.
detergent, bug spray.
Well, I don't use that
On the daily.
but
Well, yeah, no, just general.
yeah.
Wait, what?
I see some things you go contact with daily, I said I don't use that daily. But
What one?
bug spray.
Oh,
Do you?
well, no.
I mean,
Not
I'm
daily,
not every
famously
day.
known for using it every day, actually.
Everything else was pretty accurate, though.
Well, I'm trudging through the trenches on my way to work.
Okay.
Walking 5
Anyway.
miles through the woods, like our grandparents did, to get to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. All right. These are all items with added fragrances, if you didn't know that. And all these use chemicals. So I remember when I was in chemistry, my professor, he was an interesting fellow. And I remember this one time I was like, I don't know, not really paying attention, but I remember he hooked me in when he said something about how everyone uses like perfume and hairspray and stuff like that, and how we're all just slowly dying more when using those. And
We're
he's like,
slowly dying every day. We're
yeah,
dying
you're
right
right.
now.
we're slowly dying faster with those products.
We're fastly dying.
We're fastly dying with
I
those.
mean, this is America. If we're not
Yeah.
doing it the fastest,
And
why
yeah,
are we
if you
doing
ain't
it?
first, you're last. But,
Correct.
And he's like,
Race you there.
yeah, but he's like, we're all gonna use them anyway, so who cares? And I was like, what? And so this was another thing that was like 3 years ago, and I just did my research on it now. So, so I dug a little deeper, and according to Ohio State University, the National Library of Medicine, a couple other sources,
What format are they in? APA or MLA?
handwritten abbreviations.
Oh, good.
So fragrances can cause headaches, allergic reactions, shortness of breath, changes in heart rate and blood pressure,
Uh-oh.
COPD, and asthma
What's COPD?
patients, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Those patients are specifically at risk. Not patients. Those people are specifically at risk because of their
Aren't we all patients to some extent?
yeah.
I'm kidding.
And dermatitis is a big one. That's mostly with obviously spraying it directly on your skin, which most people do with perfumes and stuff,
Which I can't.
and bug spray, which apparently you guys don't use, but that's fine.
Well, not on the rig. I mean, I'm not famously known for wearing it every day, but you know.
But those are some of the dangers about it. Did you have something else you wanted
No,
to say?
I was just gonna say that I can't spray perfume on my skin directly because you know how people like the way to apply it was classically like you know on your wrists, on your arms here, and then on your neck.
Yeah.
And it makes my neck so itchy that I spray it on my clothes. I don't even spray it
Yeah.
on
That's
my skin
good.
because I would get so itchy, and that's why I use
Yeah.
fragrance-free products was because my skin would be so sensitive to anything with fragrance in it. So I use only fragrance-free products.
Yes. That's really good. And I remember you and Mom talking about spraying it on your neck
Oh, yeah.
and how
How it
sun
can
damage,
age
right?
you. Yes.
Yeah. So
I think about that every day when I spray it on my
You're
neck.
welcome.
Because I still do.
at least you're conscious about it now.
I'm like,
You spray
oh, I
it into
shouldn't
your
be
neck.
doing this.
I shouldn't do it, but I am.
Yeah.
Do you wear sunscreen every day? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Are you wearing your bug spray?
Did you
Part
put
of
on
the
your bug
daily
spray
routine.
today? Okay, well,
No, I put sunscreen on when I remember, but it's in my gym bag, so I only put it on when I go to the gym and shower there.
well, you go to the gym often, so
Yeah, almost every day. I don't always
That's
shower
good.
there though, like on the weekends.
I wear my sunscreen every day.
That's really good.
I'm gonna look young
It's
forever.
really good. Yeah.
And I use my red light mask every day.
Wow.
Do you? I
Every
used
day.
it last night and I like couldn't see my phone well enough, so I
Did you
took
put
it
the
off.
eye things in?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
But it
That's
like
good.
I didn't feel like adjusting my hair and my bun was too high that it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
interfering and it was like the mask was
Squish.
sliding down.
I always get sweaty and it slides down.
Oh no.
Because I'm like doing too many things at once, so it's like.
You're like cleaning with your Iron Man mask on.
Anyway,
Oh
sorry.
my gosh. No, it's fine. It's fine. So, some of the potential long-term dangers doesn't mean this will happen, but
Goody.
it could happen. So, it can disrupt the endocrine system, which is hormone regulating. So
Good.
that's not.
That's
no, it's not good.
That's
This
no,
is
that's
not
really
good.
major. That's why I said
Yeah,
good. Because I don't know how to accept it or process that.
It can lead to. Okay, I'm sorry. So, I did not format this great, but
That's okay.
it can lead to multiple types of cancers:
Ah.
breast, prostate, kidney, and liver, and probably more. Huh?
I said, oh my.
Yeah. I know. And then thyroid disorder, specifically for neck, spraying perfume on your neck,
Okay, that's enough to get me to stop.
Thyroid.
and decreased fertility. So,
Yikes.
what is causing all this? I'll tell you what is. Phthalates. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it.
Oh, phthalates. I thought it was
Phthalates.
phthalates too.
Phthalates.
Phthalates.
It is. No, it's not. The pH is silent. That's what I heard.
Phthalates?
Phthalates. Yeah.
I thought it said phthalates.
You have?
You might be right. I don't know.
Phthalates.
I definitely think the P is silent. It's like pterodactyl.
What's pH?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
pH. So I'm not completely
Phthalates.
wrong. We need to
I'm
figure
gonna
this
say
out.
phthalates. I don't care. I don't care.
Where is the H? Is it after the T?
pH. PHT.
PHTH.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Okay. While you're looking that up, Em.
Yeah.
These are chemicals that are used in vinyl flooring, adhesives, lubricants, food, and more.
Food?
Yeah, so it's in your food
no.
anyway.
So
We're
I should just
already-
keep spraying it
Yeah.
on my neck.
Okay, listen. Listen. Oh, no, not you.
Phthalate.
Phthalate. That's what I heard.
Phthalate.
It's hard to
Sally.
tell if she's like
Sally.
kind
That's
of
right.
Phthalate.
closing her mouth for the beginning
Phthalate.
though, like she's saying
Phthalate.
phthalates.
I'm gonna
Phthalates.
say
Yeah,
phthalate.
it's TH.
I need to
It's-
see the
It says.
articulation patterns.
Okay, well, I'm telling
Phthalate.
you right now, so listen.
need you flag.
It says it sounds like THA LAYT. Okay. Phthalate. So
Phthalate.
it's not phthalates.
So, you learn something new every day.
That's okay. I pronounce a lot of things wrong.
There's also ethanol, parabens, aldehydes,
God.
aluminum,
Aluminium.
etc. I don't know how to say those ones. So, obviously, it's absorbed through your skin. It can get into your bloodstream. Obviously, it depends on what you use, like lotions,
That
perfumes.
reminds me, when we first started getting into skincare on TikTok, like we meaning the collective TikTok
Yeah.
girlies, someone told us that fragrances in your products are where they hide all the extra things that they don't want to put on the label.
Yeah,
So it
it's,
kind of is an umbrella.
it's not really like regulated.
No.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
There's probably Skincare
actually,
by Hiram. Shout out Hiram. I also love you
Yeah.
so much.
I'm
You tell me
yeah.
everything I know.
I haven't
This
seen Hiram in a long time.
I just did.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
miss him.
Someone I don't know probably.
Skincare by Hiram.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nearly 1/3 of the chemicals in fragrances were identified as toxic or hazardous by the U.S. I don't know what regulates it. Not the FDA. I don't know. Maybe the FDA. I don't know.
Good.
So that's out of 150, it was like 50 something.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, simply put, they're bad. But
They're very bad.
take it with a grain of salt because I don't know, like they're in our foods already. Like
Yeah.
we've probably had so many of them that
And
We're all gonna die one day.
yeah,
Yeah.
they usually are one of the last listed products on the ingredient labels, which means that there's not as much of them as there could be.
say that again. I did not actually understand.
Like on
what
the
you said.
ingredient labels, it's put in order of like, the most.
The
Oh, yeah.
concentrated.
Yeah, concentration. They're usually one of the last ones listed on most things.
True.
So
That is a good
That's
point.
the hope.
Yeah,
I
that's
have also
true.
seen many things where it's like in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I remember seeing like a Soap and Glory product
Oh.
where fragrances are pretty high up, and I was like, oh my.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like it is what it is. I think the clothing, spraying stuff on your clothing. I feel like my example, I just always go to perfume and stuff because it's so heavily scented.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
fragrance.
But
yeah.
the big thing was that 71% of people were unaware of the potential dangers in these studies. So like they didn't even think about it. And so I think the biggest thing is just like being a little more cautious about it and just knowing about it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I still wear cologne and stuff. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
completely stop.
Well,
But
and I do fragrance-free laundry detergent too. Again, because my skin is so sensitive. If I have
Yeah.
that Tide, it, which I love the smell. I love it, but I can't do it. My skin gets irritated, and
Yeah.
but I do use dryer sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I know are probably really bad, but
Those little wool balls make your clothes so staticky though.
Yeah.
It's not worth it to not use
sometimes
them.
I throw them in there with it.
I do
and then I
with,
do
yeah.
like less of the dryer sheets because
Yeah.
I like to put a lot in there.
Oh really?
I just
only
do
put one.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you could
Put
do
like
more.
3.
Well,
Ooh,
Spicy.
yeah.
spicy clothes.
Yeah, the only other thing I was going to
Deadly.
add is that there are potential neurologic disorders that come, obviously, because
That's the answer.
you inhale these scents.
Yeah.
And it can affect your brain. But I didn't do enough of a dive on that.
Hear
so,
that, Downey? We're coming for you.
Yeah. So, that's it for my topic. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank
That's
you.
You
fascinating.
did great.
Yeah.
Well,
A little scary, but yeah.
it makes me feel better though that I'm taking precautions.
Yeah, you are. You're doing
because
more
of my
than.
Well, I mean, I know I'm still inhaling like the wallflowers, but I don't light candles that often.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not supposed to let them run more than 4 hours at a time.
Yes, I was gonna bring that up. Why is that?
It's like I feel like it's the amount that goes into the air. Like you're not supposed. I mean, I don't know the reason behind it. I just heard you're not supposed to. I'm assuming it's because of the, like almost the concentration of the smell, perhaps, or like the fragrance, the amount of fragrance that is in the air.
Yeah.
In one spot. Again, speculation, not
Yeah.
fact. But so it's really made me consider like using. I use my diffuser a lot rather than lighting a candle because I mean I'm sure. Did you see anything about essential oils on there? I'd love to know.
I didn't. No.
I just
Because-
worry about them with dogs. That's the only thing that I've heard that
Yeah.
they're not good for.
I mean, with essential oils, I don't think they add many
Yeah.
things to them, but I don't know.
At least if you buy the nice ones, like the if you buy like the off-brand ones, they're more like perfume.
Yeah.
But if you get the ones that are like the organic or like I have the Now ones that are supposed to be the more like good for you ones,
Yeah.
and it's literally just like one ingredient, which is the oil.
yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of the other ones where it's like blank and blank, and it's like I don't know about that. So, but anyway, makes me feel a little bit better about myself. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My topic today is true crime cases that I would like solved. And I think for me, I had a hard time narrowing this down. I only have 2 subjects today. I had a third one, but I felt like Mackenzie would have a hard time with the last one, so I took it out. Bless you.
Bless you.
I think I could write probably an entire book about cases that I would like to see solved because there are so many missing persons cases. There's so many true crime cases that go unsolved. And it's super frustrating because that closure for families, I think, is one, so important. And plus, you want to hold the person responsible accountable. And so the other case that I was going to bring up, the person who was the person of interest already died in 2016, so it's like you can't really hold that person accountable. But here's hoping for these cases. Maybe we can find who did this with either crime advancement or advancements in technology for crime solving, and obviously if anyone knows any information, the both of these cases, you can still report, like fully make reports on.
Wow.
They're still like open.
Yeah, they're still very active. A lot of people advocate and want to see these solved. So for the sake of time, I'm just doing really shallow dives into this. If there's any interest in a deep dive, I would be more than happy to do full episodes of these, but Mackenzie would not be able to be present because they would hurt her psyche and probably make her cry.
I'm a sensitive girl.
Yeah, we tried this once before with just Mackenzie and I successfully made her cry, and it made me feel like the worst person on the planet because I never ever want to do that. I am only here to inform and pass on my knowledge, and
I didn't know I would cry till it happened. It's okay.
it was a surprise to all of us, and it made me feel so bad. So
I'm just fragile.
So the first one is very famous, very well known, really in the news right now, in the true crime world and also just everywhere, but that's JonBenet Ramsey. Do you guys know anything about this case?
Not familiar.
I've seen, like on Hulu, I think there's documentaries, or maybe Netflix. They're advertising
everywhere.
documentaries about him. Yeah, but I don't know anything about the case.
So, okay, I thought maybe we would know a bit more. That's interesting. So it did happen in '96. This was when the crime took place. I know this case so well. I did not need to look anything up. I just know it. I've listened to podcasts. I watched documentaries. Right now, like I said, there's a new documentary that just came out at the end of last year, and it was really good because it had her family in it. And I mean, just, of course, the case is heartbreaking. She was only 6, and so I know. Oh my God. I know. So I'm not going to go deep into it because of that reaction. But all right, this is probably the number one on any true crime junkies list that they want solved, just because obvious reasons. So anyway, in addition to the documentary, I was reviewing my notes. LA Not So Confidential a couple years ago is a podcast that did that went into JonBenet's case, and they did a really good job. Bless you. and I think they give a really good perspective too, because in this case, so many people thought her parents did this, which is pretty heinous to think about. But anyway, so the other thing is, I remember very specifically walking through Safeway with Mom when I was little, and I mean, her face was everywhere on the magazines,
Really?
like everywhere. She was a little beauty pageant, winner, and just absolutely gorgeous. And people always shame her parents for putting her in those, but it's like it's something she liked doing, and her mom liked doing it. Her mom was a beauty queen too.
There's a reason that those were a thing.
Well, and I mean, come on, it was the 90s. It was the Wild West out here.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it has been next year will be 30 years since this happened.
Wow.
Oh my
Which
gosh.
is insane to think about.
Wait, is he alive?
JonBenet?
Yeah.
She's a little girl.
Is the guy still alive? Wait, she's
Well, it's
not
not
alive.
solved,
JonBenet
Yeah.
was the
but the suspect.
Yeah. Or
Because
either.
you said the suspect for this one.
this was a different one that I was
Okay.
talking about. The one that I took out.
Oh.
Because that one was pretty heinous.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
as I was revisiting it, I was like, I don't think this one is for Mackenzie. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
but so, and this case happened the day after Christmas in 1996 in Boulder, Colorado. JonBenet's mother found a ransom note on the stairs for a very specific amount that JonBenet's father, he had just gotten a bonus for the exact amount that was on the ransom note. So that everyone thought that it was him who did this for some ugly reason. I don't think he did. After listening to, forensic psychologist takes on it and the newest documentary, I feel bad because I used to think that it was the parents too.
Yeah.
Because, and even JonBenet's dad said, of course you thought it was us. The media painted it to be us. So it's just really sad that it came that way. But so, Yes, John Bonet's mom found the ransom note, and John Bonet wasn't in her bed, so the police were called, and they also called family and friends to come over and like be supportive because they were all together the night before. And so the crime scene wasn't cordoned off at all. Everyone was trampling through the place, and the friends were like being good friends, and they were wiping down counters, like trying to be helpful, but really like taking away any evidence that there might be at all. But, you know, it wasn't intentional, but everything was tampered with, so there was really not a whole lot they could do. So the police were trying to give John Bonet's parents something to do, so they said, hey, why don't you go look top to bottom in the house, see if you find anything. Which again,
No direction.
that's
Just
so weird.
find
The police should be
anything.
investigating this.
yeah.
But this police department was not used to having like missing persons cases. They were very ill-equipped. And so what happened was, this was also where the suspicion came from, was because almost immediately John Bonet was found in the basement by her dad. And, you know, the evidence that was on her was almost immediately like taken away.
Who's John Bonet? Is that the kid?
The girl.
Yes.
Why did I think that was a grown man?
Well, I believe her father's name is John, and then her mother's name is like, I think it's Betsy.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a combination. John
I
Bonet.
thought that John Bonet was the person responsible for committing whatever crime to this little girl.
Oh no, this
No,
is the
Okay.
little
it's
girl.
unsolved.
Oh my
Unsolved.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand now. I was trying to piece it together in my head.
Yeah, it took me a minute to get it to, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
I understand now.
I
No,
was
you're
like,
good.
It's okay.
You did a great job.
I think it was confusing because he brought up the first one.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. We're there
Sorry.
now.
We all
Yeah.
caught up now. So anyway, John Bonet was found. And yeah, so her dad found her. She was deceased, and she was brought upstairs. She had duct tape over her mouth. Her dad just ripped it off, which, I mean, you know, you would do that. That's your baby. Of course you do that. But it's also like, don't touch it. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20. So anyway, there's, like I said, I mean, there's been so many suspects over the years. There is DNA evidence on her clothing that will be tested. Again, now with new advancements in technology, but this is one that I would love to have be solved. Her brother was 9 at the time, and he's blamed for this a lot. But I don't think a 9-year-old would know how to do a garrote. So
I don't know what that is, and I don't think I want to.
yeah, I won't tell you. Those who know. But I just don't think it's 9 years old is such a young age. I don't think you would hurt your sister that way. And he's been through so much. And plus they have siblings who are, you know, kind of like us with our younger siblings. There's such a huge age difference that, you know, one of the siblings in the documentary was like, how could you think that? How could you think that?
Yeah.
That's a terrible thing to think about, of a 9-year-old hurting his 6-year-old sister.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's probably the biggest one that I would love to have solved for her own family's sake, so that they can stop being the targets in this case. I don't think it was them. Patsy's already passed away. Patsy, that's her name. Patsy. So she already has passed away. So she, you know, hopefully is with John Bonet and knows who did this, and she's at peace with that. But, you know, it's sad for her living family. So.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's horrifying. And so whoever committed the crime had to have done it in her house?
In the home. The window was open in the basement.
Wild.
And I mean, people think it was some perverted person who was obsessed with John Bonet because, I mean, those beauty pageants, they make you up. They, you know, she had this big hair, this beautiful makeup. I think she even had a flipper, you know, like the teeth and, you know, the clothing, the dancing, all of that. I mean, they're disgusting people out there. And so the theory that I think that I believe in the most is that it was just some perverted person who just who thought they loved her, and if they couldn't have her, no one can. So, just something awful like that. And
Yeah.
they're very sick and very ill. But I would love to have that person be held accountable. I think I would love to see that in my lifetime. Just
Yeah.
because it has been, like I said, almost 30 years. And I remember so well just seeing her everywhere and not knowing what was going on.
And so stuff is
Yeah.
going to be retested to see if it aligns with the new information.
Yeah, and I think there's a big push with this new generation learning about John Bonet that, they're kind of like, we need to figure this out. We
Yeah.
have the technology.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we solved Lady in the Dunes. We found out who she was. This was years and years ago. We also solved, what's his name? We have solved so many occult cases and figured it out with genealogical testing. All those sites where you can, like the DNA sites, like Ancestry.com and things like that. They can do familial traces.
Whoa, of course. That's crazy.
I want to say Ariel Castro was one of them too. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But anyway, we have the technology, so. Next one is a disappearance case, and it's super fascinating. It's not fascinating because, it's fascinating because we have no idea what happened. No idea. And people fill in the blanks with so many things, but this is the case of Brandon Swanson. He was 19 years old, and this happened in 2008 in May in Minnesotan. And so what happened was he had left a party at his friend's house in the town of Canby, Minnesota, to drive the roughly 30 minutes to his home in Marshall, Minnesota. According to his friends, there was alcohol at the party, but Brandon was not intoxicated when he left to go home. But on the way home, he somehow either drove into a ditch or landed in a ditch in his car off of a gravel road and called his friends for help, and none of them answered. So it was a party, like, who knows? It was 2008, so, cell phones, all that stuff. But none of them answered, so he was left with the only people left to call being his parents. So he called them, and it was almost 2 a.m. at this point. His parents answered. They were talking to him, but Brandon wasn't sure of his location. Like I said, he was off. Weird, right?
Yeah.
So he was on this gravel road, cars in a ditch, wasn't able to get out of it on his own. So his parents thought, okay, we'll drive to try to find you, and we'll flash our headlights at you so that you know that it's us.
Yeah.
And that was their agreement. And so they were on the phone the whole time. And he seemingly vanished into thin air. He had started walking from his car to meet his parents in the town he thought he was in. And he suddenly, this is where people speculate and come up with their theories, but the last words he exclaimed over the phone were, "Oh shit." And
no.
his father said there was nothing on the other end of the line after that.
Wow.
And they just kept searching for him. They kept calling him, repeatedly.
What could that mean?
Right?
That's so weird.
He was walking through farmlands as well, so that's something to keep
Makes
in
me
mind.
think of a
In
big animal or something.
Aliens.
Rural Minnesota.
Yeah.
Rural.
Yeah.
And so they continued searching for him until 6:30 in the morning. And they called the police to report him missing. The police had waited to search for him, since it's not uncommon for young people to keep their whereabouts from their parents.
Right.
We'll talk more on that later.
Well, and then, isn't there some rule that they're not missing until it's 24 hours? So they probably...
Sometimes.
Or something like that.
Unless there's extenuating circumstances where they think that someone could be, in
'cause he was in
psychosis, if they're in danger,
Yeah.
all sorts of different things. So, but we'll get to that. So their search didn't start until a little before noon the next day.
Oh, wow.
So they called at 6:30, reported him missing, explained the circumstances. Police said wait. Then a little before noon, they finally went out and looked for him. And authorities believe that Brandon fell into the Yellow Medicine River in Minnesota, as they were searching with search dogs, and that's where the dogs led them, was to the river. However, there was no body. And the other theory was that it was cold, just under 40 degrees that morning. So he could have died from hypothermia or drowned. Again, with what we know, he was on a gravel road, walking through farmland, and the last thing he said was, "Oh shit." So I'm not sure. Of course, none of us are sure, but...
Yeah, I mean, he could have, like, fallen in the river, like you said, but... Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but if
weird.
they didn't find any body, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't
Which,
know.
of course, it's a river. And, you know,
Yeah.
thinking about the river that's nearest to us, if you fell in at a certain point,
Yeah.
that could not be good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it just all depends on where and the depth, and again, how cold it was. Because
Yeah.
sometimes that shock of your body, like, you're not able to necessarily move if you
Yeah,
fall into
that's
the water like
true.
that.
Yeah.
So, the popular theories, again, are that, you know, drowned or hypothermia. But there's also a popular theory that I think is probably what most likely happened, that he fell into an unmarked well or cistern on a rural farmland.
Oh, if
Wow.
that was still an option, I'm sure
Yeah.
that's
Like,
like,
if you're walking through farmland and you just come across some unmarked
yeah.
deep hole in the ground and you just
Yeah.
fall, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't you think though that if that did happen, they would hear the phone, like, I don't know, making noise or something, or falling itself? Because you can hear when someone drops their phone when you're talking to them. I don't know.
It's true. It's true. I don't
Yeah.
know. And so some people also think that this was all a very intentional disappearance where he orchestrated this himself.
Oh.
And I'm like, why would you call your parents
Yeah.
and actively try to walk to
Yeah,
meet
no.
them
Yeah.
if you want to
That's
disappear?
a lot of effort for trying to disappear.
Yeah.
Another one that I found yesterday in my research, because I did look into this one a little bit deeper. It's not one that I know just off the top of my head. It's just one that has fascinated me with the whole falling into a well. I mean, you just don't hear about that ever. So
Yeah.
it makes me think. Fell down a well, eyes go crossed. Kicked
Yeah.
by a mule, eyes aren't crossed anymore.
Yeah.
But another one that, I mean, there's no evidence to point that this was even something that happened, but the theories are abduction or a hit and run where the driver panicked and, like, got rid of the body. But there'd still be evidence of the hit and run. I mean, you
Right.
can't just, I don't know, what are you gonna do? Like, hose down the crime scene and then hose down your car?
Right.
I don't know.
For what, this story?
If it,
Or
yeah,
this?
if it was
Oh,
a hit
yeah,
and
yeah.
run, like if he was hit by a car,
Well,
and
and
then
they would see marks in the farmland, right? From a car.
well, if he was on a gravel road, but like he was walking through, just, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not specific. We don't know specifics.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
Yeah.
But the evidence doesn't really support these theories, in my opinion. I really think it is like he probably fell into an unmarked well or cistern. But and it would make sense that they wouldn't be able to find that because he wouldn't have known it was there until he was falling into
Yeah.
it.
Right.
You know, I mean, think about like a farmland and it's overgrown, or, you know, farmers aren't working all hours of the night. There's no reason. So it would mean the same fate for whoever found the unmarked well or cistern. They would just fall in with him. You
Yeah,
know?
it's
I mean,
true.
Didn't you say that they had dogs out there and it led to a
Oh,
river? Yeah.
Why didn't it
that's
lead
what
to
I think.
a well or cistern then? Yeah.
Yeah. Very fair. Very true.
Because, I mean, bodies are found, like, way later on.
yeah.
Like, you know, they're not always on top of the
Get
water.
trapped under the rocks. You get
yeah.
trapped under debris.
Yeah, there's
Or-
plants and there's whatever.
There's animals.
Animals in Minnesota, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, truly. I mean, it's, yeah, you just don't know. And, you know, his friends did say, like, he did have a shot of alcohol. So it's like, who knows what that means?
Yeah.
It could, maybe he had more than that. So maybe he was a little bit, not blaming
Yeah.
him at all.
No,
It's
yeah.
not his fault.
Yeah, you're just gonna have your senses a little bit more dulled.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. So, because of his disappearance, his parents pushed for Brandon's Law, and this is because they believe that his disappearance could have been solved if the police had started searching right away. This law requires law enforcement to jump into action immediately when a missing person is reported and there are dangerous circumstances.
Yeah.
So, which absolutely makes sense, but
Yeah,
you know,
for
if
sure.
it was something that, you know, if it was that he fell into a river or he fell into a well, wherever, if he fell at all, you know, who knows if the police going earlier would have made any difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
But
But
you know,
in so
I
many
do think
cases,
it's
that would
important.
be the make or break for a lot
Absolutely.
of that.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Because you don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Like, what if he did fall and
Mm-hmm.
you know, a couple hours later, like maybe his body hadn't drifted all. You know, I mean, there are just so many what ifs.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
What if he fell somewhere and he didn't like die right away and he
Right.
could like yell for
Yeah,
help?
it's true.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And then, yeah.
Exactly.
Or it was
so,
just stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
so many things.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
be so
Could've been.
curious to see what actually happened because whatever it was, he saw coming, obviously,
True,
with
yeah.
like,
Or
He said, "Oh,
experienced
shit."
it.
yeah, it's like, oh
Doesn't
my
get more
gosh.
ominous than that.
Yeah, literally, like
Yeah.
what did you experience before
Yeah.
not coming back?
Yeah.
So wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you look up Brandon Swanson, his missing persons poster is on the FBI's
Wow.
website
Still?
with a progressed
And
age photo. He was 19 when this happened, and that was in 2008. So
Did
Wow.
the law get put in place? Is that
in 2009 it did. Yes.
Okay.
So the following
Good,
year
yeah.
in July it was put into place. So
good?
Yeah.
yes, but that's all we know.
Wow.
And for more information on this, again, I'd be happy to go into detail about any of these. But I found this on grunge.com. But, you know, initially I heard this on Wine and Crime and Morbid. So I have to give them their recognition too.
For
But
sure.
That's all we know.
Wow. Very good.
Very interesting. I feel like everybody had really interesting topics.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we're possibly going to choose a loser, although I think it's me.
No, what? No. We'll give it to our source.
Yeah.
Yeah, our source
And,
can figure this out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I guess that's where we leave it.
Yeah, think so. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for listening. Give us any feedback that you may have. We don't have any socials up yet at this time of
Not yet,
recording,
yeah.
but I'm sure we'll get into that as we are editing this week. And
Yeah.
we look forward to hearing from you.